Today we're going to be showing you how to install the Ibexx Clutch kit on a Polaris 850 Axys. So the first thing you'll want to do is remove your side panels. As you can see, this one has already had that done. You take your belt tool, remove that, pop that apart, and then remove your belt. So now we're ready to go ahead and remove the primary clutch cover in order to get to the weights and replace the flyweights. Now to remove the factory flyweights, you need an 1/8 inch Allen and a 3/8 end wrench. Pull your pin, the weight comes right out. So now we're ready to go ahead and install the Ibexx flyweights. Go ahead and open your Ibexx package. Make sure to load them up with the proper magnet positions for your riding and your elevation. Now we'll go ahead and install the Ibexx flyweights now that we've got them loaded up. Once you got your pin through, just torque to factory spec. Now that we got the Ibexx flyweights installed, we're ready to go ahead and install the Ibexx primary spring. Slide it over and reinstall your clutch cover. Using a 15mm socket, go ahead and remove your secondary. Just pull this down out of the way. So using a T27, go ahead and break these Helix bolts on the back off. You may need to use a torch in order to get them moving.
Come in here, find where your set screw is, reach over on the same side and squeeze. And then you have to massage it and out it comes.
So now we're going to go ahead and put our secondary clutch on the spring compression tool and then compress it all the way down. Using a pair of snap ring pliers, there is a C-clip in here that you'll have to remove. Once you remove that, you'll be able to decompress and remove the stock Helix. So once you have the factory Helix taken out, you'll also need to remove the stock spring. And install the Ibexx spring. So now that we have the Ibexx spring installed, we'll go ahead and reinstall the rollers. You will reuse this plastic piece, so just make sure that sits in there. And then you will use the spring compression tool to go ahead and compress this down to reinstall your snap ring. Then compress this all the way down until you see the little insert that the C-clip sits in, and reinstall your C-clip. Alright, so now that we've compressed this and reinstalled our snap ring, we're ready to go ahead and install the Ibexx Helix. Just make sure you line up the rollers with the Helix, slide it over, and then reinstall your bolts. Once you have the Helix back into place, you can go ahead and reinstall the Helix bolts using the T27 Torx and torque to spec. Now we have our secondary all put back together. We're going to go ahead and reinstall it back on the machine. Go ahead and install the secondary back on the machine. Reinstall your secondary bolt. And torque to spec. And then go ahead and reinstall your belt back onto the sled.